So in the early days of our ministry, one of the things that Marilyn and I encountered frequently was people trying to sell their gifts to us. And so we would be at a gathering or something, and somebody would let us know how well they sing, how well they preach, how well they teach, whatever it was they were trying to sell to us. But one of the things that I always used when people would approach me with that was I would always look at their ministry as a whole and try and see what their local church or how their local church assess and receive their gift. 9 times out of 10, I discovered that people that were hustling for the platform were not necessarily used or active in their own church. And that became a yardstick by which I received and I measured gifts. And I draw the conclusion that if your own pastor and your own local church does not recognize the grace you claim to be walking in, why then would we be obligated to use you based on what you say you can offer? And for me, that is very important, because when people journey with people over a period of time, they see certain things about people, they discover certain things about people, they recognize certain things about people. And we need to get to a place of maturity where we don't make the assumption that just because somebody is not being used, it is rooted in jealousy, envy, and bitterness. There are many times when people are asking for platforms they are not qualified for. And so we have this approach where when somebody sells their gift, we first want to see what their pastor and their local church say about their gift, how they receive their gift. This helps us to protect the integrity of the church, because the problem is we open up a can of worms when we lay our hands upon somebody or something that their leaders are not laying their hands upon. And we must have this cautious approach. Take, for example, when you look in the book of Acts, the Bible says that when Paul and Barnabas went to another city, the local church that they were part of wrote letters of endorsements for them to go to the church down the road. And that was very important, because those letters of endorsement simply meant that the work back home recognized that they actually flow in what they say they're flowing in, and they can be used in that regard. So one of the things you have to guard against is that people are always hustling for platform. And when your ministry is young, when your ministry is coming of age, people always think that it is the ideal place, the ideal platform for them to go and to be heard. Approach it cautiously. If their leaders do not see the oil upon their life, don't force yourself to see it. God bless you.